Welcome to OrnaBakes. Today I'm going to show you how to make my all-time favorite cinnamon Bulkas, which are traditional yeast buns. You'll need 1.5 cups of butter, 3/4 of a cup of sugar, 1.5 cups of whole milk, 3/4 of a cup of cinnamon sugar, 4 large eggs, 8 to 9 cups of all-purpose flour, 2 1/4-ounce envelopes of active dry yeast, and 1 teaspoon of salt. Heat the butter, milk and sugar just until the butter melts and then set aside to cool to lukewarm. While it cools, start to proof your yeast. Stir half a teaspoon of sugar and 2 packets of active dry yeast into 1/4 cup of warm water, like very warm bath water, about 100 degrees on an instant read thermometer. Set aside for 10 minutes until foamy. Put 5 cups of flour in your mixing bowl. Make a well in the middle. Add your lightly beaten eggs, your yeast mixture, and your warm milk mixture. Mix on the lowest speed with your paddle attachment just until combined and smooth, about 1 to 2 minutes. Scrape the paddle and the bowl and switch to the dough hook, which can handle a heavier dough. Add 1 teaspoon of salt and 2 more cups of flour, one at a time with the mixer off on low speed until each one is incorporated. The dough should cling to the hook and form a loose ball that cleans the sides of the bowl. If the dough is too sticky, gently tap half a cup of flour on the side of the bowl with the mixer running at a time and mix until fully incorporated. If the dough climbs over the hook, this usually indicates that it's sticky and more flour should be added. The sooner all the flour is added, the less likely the dough is to climb the hook. Just pull it down and then turn it with your hands to incorporate all the flour at the bottom of the bowl. Once the dough forms a nice loose ball around the hook, knead for about 10 minutes on 1 speed higher, Cuisinart speed number 3, for about 10 minutes until the dough is smooth and elastic. The dough should be soft and a little sticky. Don't add too much flour or your bulkas will be heavy. You can just kind of make it into a ball like this. Have your bowl prepared already with the butter. Turn the dough over once to grease the top. Cover and place in a warm place to rise until doubled in size, about 1 to 2.5 hours. You can tell that the dough has doubled in size if you lightly and quickly press 2 fingers into the dough and the indent doesn't come right back out again. Punch down the dough by plunging your fist into the center, then fold the outside edges into the center to fully deflate it and release all the gas. Put a little bit of flour on your board just so the dough doesn't stick. You might not even need the flour, so go very light on the flour. Divide the dough in half with a bench scraper. Return 1/2 to the bowl, cover and refrigerate. Working with half the dough, divide in half again and work with 1 piece at a time, keeping the other one covered. Gently shape into a rough rectangle and slice in half lengthways. Divide each piece into 4 pieces, cutting off 1 piece at a time, about 2 to 2.5 ounces each. Roll each piece into a ball and with the craggy side up, push down into your palm to form a round, about 4 inches wide and 1/4 of an inch thick. Place the smooth bottom side on the prepared baking sheet and cover loosely with plastic wrap. And I've got some melted butter that I just melted in the microwave, and I'm going to brush it on. Sprinkle with 1/2 to 1 teaspoon of cinnamon sugar. Cut it from the middle to the edge with a sharp knife. Then we're going to fold it, fold a third over, and then that third over at top. Press it down a little bit. Combine all 16 on 1 baking sheet about 1 inch apart. Cover loosely with plastic wrap and set aside for 20 to 30 minutes to rise a second time. These were in the refrigerator overnight. Instead of just rising for 20 to 30 minutes over here, they rose overnight. This time brush generously with melted butter and sprinkle liberally with cinnamon sugar to get that nice crunch on top. Bake at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for about 20 minutes until golden brown and not doughy in the middle. Transfer the parchment immediately to wire racks to cool. Serve warm with a little butter on the side. I hope you enjoyed watching. You can find the full recipe at OrnaBakes.com. Please do give them a try and let me know how you like them.